Hey, my name is Craig Birdie. I'm the Director of Public Safety for the City of Cedar Falls. I've worked for Cedar Falls for just about 35 years, the majority of my career as a policeman. Working up as a policeman, I was cross-trained as a firefighter for 17 years. On 9/11, a memory that I have on 9/11 is I was at work at the police department. I was a lieutenant assigned to first shift patrol. I was out in an alley. We were figuring out some vehicle graphics for a new van, and somebody told me a plane had hit the World Trade Center. And we commented that, those buildings are really tall. It was probably foggy or things like that. About a half hour later, we walked in the building. I saw people around the TV. It was kind of setting into people what had actually occurred. And then a second plane hit the towers. And then I was in there when people made that connection and had the emotional response that this was a terrorist attack, that the United States was being attacked. And so I remember that as a significant memory. I was also a soldier in the Iowa National Guard for 27 years. And so on September 11, 2001, I had been in the Guard about 14 or 15 years. And I remember that evening going home and talking with my wife. We had 2 children. And our conversations that evening are, what's going to happen to me now? If the United States goes to war, what happens to me being in the Guard? And ultimately, that following year, or the very next year, I went on a 1-year National Guard deployment. It was a safe deployment. It was here in the United States, protecting assets in the United States. So I wasn't overseas, but it was part of the global war on terrorism. Later on in my National Guard career, in 2010, I went on another 1-year deployment. And that one was a combat deployment to Afghanistan with 3,300 Iowa soldiers. So those are my memories of 9/11, how it affected me. It affected me as a citizen soldier. And then, of course, there's a connection to being a first responder, whether it was police or fire here for the City of Cedar Falls.
And once it's all set up, there'll be some really neat views from out that way to the back end too, though. July 4th and September